BUCS is back, and it's bigger than ever.
We've got a man in the corner, and it's caught!
Can he hold them off? The roof will be raised in Bronzebourg.
Like an enemy in the night, mission impossible for two.
Both teams hungry, desperate to win that title.
Hello and welcome to the Derby Arena Velodrome. This facility hosting the BUCS Cycling and Para-Cycling Track Championships. And we're in the final live session of the 2025 Championships here at the Derby Arena. We're going to begin action in this final period with the Open Para individual pursuit gold final. Only one rider in this, 12 laps of the track. We'll move on to the sprint knockout stages, and they will be peppered with the points race, elimination race, team sprints, and then the individual pursuit. So the individual pursuit gold final, one competitor, Charlie Stanton-Stock from Loughborough University, about to get underway. 12 laps of the track, and this is all really about individual pride, trying to set a time. We've got to pace this well over the 12 laps. Competes in the C3 category. Well, coming around to complete the first kilometre of 3. So coming up to the halfway stage, Charlie Stanton-Stock coming into the home straight. And halfway stage, just inside 2 minutes, a 1:57.956 at the 1.5K split.
Just this one.
So a kilometre to go now for Charlie. Loughborough University student ploughing a lone furrow at the moment, out on track. He'll be looking to break the 4-minute barrier if he can. So get the bell as he comes around the final bend. 250 metres to go. Still pumping the legs. It's going to be pretty close to the 4-minute margin. He's going to come inside just 3:59.263. Breaks the 4-minute barrier. That would have been his goal. A fantastic performance there from Charlie Stanton-Stock, representing Loughborough University.
So next up we shall return to our open sprint competition. We have reached the quarter-final stage.
There is a elimination race.
Winning the line each will go forward into the semi-finals. And the losers in each case will go to the final for 5th, 6th and 8th place.
So now we turn our attention back to the sprint. In the first session today, we've had the flying 200 to set the rankings for the knockout stages. It had the round of 16, and now we move into the quarterfinal stage. The winners of each of these heats goes into the semi-finals. The runners-up go into the 5 to 8 placings final. So, Tim Eriksson ready on track, representing Southampton University. Fastest in the flying 200, Ed Baker from Bath University at the top. So, the 3 laps of the track begin as Tim Eriksson takes to the front, jockeying for position over the next a lap and a half or so. And being high up the banked track gives you a position where you can attack from. Ed Baker happy just to sit behind as the pace just comes up a little bit. Well, Tim Eriksson go for an early break from the front, keeping high in the track himself now. I'll get the bell next time around, and it looks like Eriksson is going to go for it. He's left the door open though. There was a big gap there as Ed Baker piles through it, and he's taken the advantage here. It's going to be a struggle for Eriksson to catch Baker now. Baker through around the final bend, a quick look over the shoulder, but comfortably done for the man from Bath University. He is through to the semi-finals of the open sprint. So, Edward Baker from Bath University, neatly through, qualified as the fastest in the flying 200, and then won his round of 16 and quarter-final to put him into the semi-finals. Tim Eriksson's done well to make it through to this round of 8. Next time we see him will be in the 5 to 8 placings match. Heat 2 now Coming out onto track, we'll see Martin Jervis from Loughborough University taking on Strathclyde's Struan Ferns.
Mummy and Daddy are fighting, I don't like it. I didn't even get the question. I thought I'd been snubbed. You know, I went last year, didn't I? Yeah, I guess I'll give you that.
So heat number 2 in the open sprint quarter-final. Closest to us, Martin Jervis from Loughborough University, and he's taking on Struan Ferns from Strathclyde. Jervis second fastest in the flying 200 with a 10.538. This one's not just about raw power though, as Heat 2 gets underway. Tactics will play their part in the early stages. Jervis weaving up and down the track. Just a bit of confusion there for Struan Ferns, and it means that the pace has risen pretty steeply. The bell goes. Ferns has a big lead here, but Jervis is on his tail, will come up and around the outside, and look at the power from Jervis from Loughborough University, right round the outside, staying high, going the long way round, and he's done that in imperious fashion. Jervis through to the semi-finals. Struan Ferns just didn't have the legs. So Michael Jervis joins Ed Baker in the open sprint semi-finals here at the BUCS Track Cycling Championships.
I understand that Joe Truman has withdrawn from the competition. So all that's required is for Taylor Dart to present himself on the line as ready to start, and he will get another rider.
Well, heat number 3 is an interesting one. We've only got one rider out on the track, and that's number 57, Taylor Dart from Loughborough University. He was due to go up against his fellow student from Loughborough, Joe Truman, but we understand that Truman has pulled out. So we'll have to go through the protocol. Taylor Dart presents himself to the starting line as ready to go. He begins the heat. And that means that because of the DNS for Joe Truman. Taylor Dart is through to the semi-finals without having to expend any energy. I wonder how that's going to work out for the others that make it through to the semi-finals. Effectively, one less race for Taylor Dart. Will keep a little bit in the bank in his legs. So one more heat to come out, and they're starting to make their way towards the start. We'll just see Taylor Dart going past them. And it's Alex Abdul Wahab representing Hartpury University going up against Derby's very own Sheila Munyai. Abdul Wahab up on the track, all ready to go, and Sheila Munyai in the black livery. Up and ready to go as well. A good close-up of the bespoke wheels on these racing bikes. And we get underway. Heat number 4, a place in the semi-finals, up for grabs in the open sprints here at the BUCS Track Cycling Championships 2025. Munyai happy just to look over his shoulder, stay at the bottom of the track. Munyai set a 10.877 to finish 5th in the flying 200. Alex Abdul Wahab a 10.849. So 4 versus 5 in terms of the ranking, but this is a different beast. The knockout stages, a bit cat and mouse, a little bit of a fakey break from Munyai. He's still rocking up and down, keeping his eyes on him now. Look at the pace they're going at, as Munyai having to look over his shoulders, going back and forth as they get the bell. Now this is going to be an all-out sprint to the finish, and it left the gate open for Abdul Wahab. Abdul Wahab sneaking into the front, coming around the final bend, and this is a real contest for the line. Oh, and he looks like he's just taken that one on the line. And a genuine sporting gesture there between the two. Alex Abdul Wahab taking that one on the line in a fascinating tactical contest. So, semi-final lineup is complete. Edward Baker from Bath, Michael Jervis from Loughborough, Taylor Dart from Loughborough, who had a no contest in his quarterfinal, and they'll be joined by Hartpury's Alex Abdul Wahab as we take a look at the final lap of that 4th heat. And the door left open by Munyai allowed Abdul Wahab to go for the sprint for the line. It wasn't quite done at this point. Munyai working hard, but just about on the line for Abdul Wahab to make it through. So Tim Eriksson, Struan Ferns and Sheila Munyai will take place in the, to take part in the placings race, which will come up a little bit later on. The rest go on to contest for the medals in the open sprint. Well, up next in the order, we'll move on to the open points race. 15 kilometers, 60 laps, points every 10 laps. So we will have 6 sprints throughout the 15 kilometers where points can be grabbed if you cross the line first, second, third, or fourth. 5, 3, 2, and 1 points available through the first 5 sprints. Double points on the last lap. So this one you have to keep an eye on. That'll be coming up very shortly here at the Derby Arena Velodrome. Don't go far. We'll be back for the open points race very soon. We're here at the Derby Arena Velodrome for the open points race at the BUCS Track Cycling Championships of 2025. "18 riders ready to take to the track for a fascinating discipline. The points race is contested over 15 kilometers, but this is all about building points through the sprinting laps. Every 10 laps, the athletes will sprint for the line. Whoever crosses the line first gets 5 points, second will get 3, third 2, and 1 point for fourth place. And those sprints occur every 10 laps, so you can build points through the race, and in the final sprint on the final lap, double points available to those that finish first, second, third, and fourth. So it's a battle that can be tackled in a number of ways. Chase the points early, stay up the front, build a bank of points that you then defend at the end, or come together, build up to a super fast finish. If you lap the main pack, you gain 20 points. If you are lapped, it's minus 20 points as the pack make their way around the track. They need to be together before the starter will begin the race. We've got a straggler at the back, and that is Jabas Tsutsun Cheng. And now the pack comes together. And will the starter be prepared to get this one underway? He's got the whistle in hand. And here we go. 15 kilometers, 60 laps of the track for this points race. This is a final, so medals up for grabs. And pushing out hard right from the very start, and leading by 10 meters or so, George Gray from Bath University. He's pulling the pack along behind him, and they've started pretty fast here. George Gray pounding the track at the moment.
Not an elimination, it's a point race.
So staying up front, George Gray. Kieran Riley from Loughborough University sitting in second place, but he's just peeled off. The riders behind George Gray are taking turns up the front, so conserving energy They are working as a pack. George Gray at the moment doing all the hard work on his own. So fancy that Gray is going to be a touch tired as the trailing pack just all taking turns at the front. Sitting tucked up in the slipstream saves so much energy. They say 60-65% energy saved if you're not the leading rider of a pack. George Gray comfortable though up front. He's now just starting to look back over his shoulder. It's going to allow the pack to close up and overtake him. And now Gray settles in to conserve some energy. So what is his tactic here? Is he trying to burn the pack out and then use his endurance later on in the race? So expect things to sharpen up very shortly as they'll get the bell this time around. And leading out the final lap, it's William Foster of Sheffield University. He's gone early on this one. Can he hold on, holding the inside line? And no, he's pipped on the post, and I think he only got third there. So very, very early break there from William Foster didn't pay off. Well, we've now had confirmation that there's 5 points for Kieran Riley, who finished that first sprint first for Loughborough University. Second was James Sator, who'll get the 3 points. William Foster, who was the one that broke out to start the sprint from Sheffield University, gets 2 points and 1 point for Oxford's Carl Jolly. So they settle in, but the pace is still pretty big at the moment. So we are going to get the bell shortly, and out front at the moment, number 111, it's Conor Davidson from Strathclyde leading the pack, which is broken up quite a bit now, and through to take the sprint. Conor Davidson gets the points. Looks like Riley finished in second in that second sprint.
Kieran Riley, defending champion. That's the front of the race. Davison at 5, Riley also time on 0.05. Settle with 3, Foster 2, and Johnny 1 point. Foster is about to lose a lap in the back straight.
George Cottrell picked up 2 points in that second sprint as well. Need to keep an eye on him. Leading at the moment, though, on points. Getting first in the first sprint, second in the second. Kieran Riley, rider number 64. So 6 laps to go for the main sprint, and the trailing pack having to concede to the leaders.
That's a flurry of activity. As we settle down a little bit in our recruitment field. As you see the boxes at the right on the first level. 3 lightning riders just going over the scoreboard. 35 laps remaining. Kieran Riley, second wheel at the front of the main field.
So coming through the start-finish, leading the pack, it's Jonty Smith from Exeter University, followed by Kieran Riley. We've settled in with 3 to go before the next sprint. Jonty Smith still up front. Seeing breaks around the outside of the track now as they pick up the back markers, and taking to the front is Alex Ball from Stirling University. Ball picked up a single point in the second sprint, and he's going after 5 more here in this third sprint. They get the bell. Alex Ball leading from Riley. Has he gone out too early here? He's going to get pipped by Riley coming around the outside. There's a gaggle chasing him down as well as Riley crosses the line first. A second sprint win for him. Looked like Conall Davidson picked up 3 points as well.
So it's 5 for Ryan, 3 for Davison, 2 for Rhys Thomas, and 1 for James Settle.
Rhys Thomas picking up 2 points as well.
Now has a 5-point lead over Cameron second. There is 4 points ahead of James Settle in third. Rhys Thomas in 2.
So sitting at the top of the pile at the moment on 13 points is Kieran Riley. Conall Davidson picked up 3 points and he sits second with 8.
Front of the main field, into the finishing straight. Then George Gray back.
George Gray from Bath leading the pack. So that last sprint saw Kieran Riley taking 5 points again, leading the pack over the line from Conall Davidson, who picked up 3, 2 for Samuel Thomas and another point for James Sator. So leading the points race at the moment, Kieran Riley, followed by Conall Davidson, and in the bronze medal position at the moment is James Sator from Nottingham Trent. George Cottrell has made the break here. The chasing pack don't seem overly concerned about trying to hunt him down, but saying that, Kieran Riley now breaks to the front of the chasing pack. But Cottrell off on his own, out front.
Ahead of the race, it's getting closer and closer to sprint points next time. It's very hard to get on that on your own, 250 metre track. Particularly when you make the speed of anticipation of that speed.
Cottrell gets the bell. The rest of the pack get the bell. Cottrell is not far off, lapping the back of the field again. George Cottrell taking 5 points in the 4th sprint. Ball looks like he's picked up another 3 points there in that 4th sprint.
Going away from now, he's slowly considering. This is going to wait the arrival of the first part of the peloton.
So George Cottrell claiming 5 points to take him up to 7, but now letting the pack catch up with him. Alex Ball getting 3, Conor Davidson picking up 2 points. So now the lead still with Kieran Riley, just out on the points in that 4th sprint, but sits on 13, 3 ahead of Conor Davidson, and sitting now in 3rd, George Cottrell, who went on that manic run. Got the stragglers just losing points. So now we see a working pair together up front. James Satter, Alex Ball working together. Neatly done there at the front as we look at Kieran Riley at the chasing pack behind the leading 2. They're still 5 away from the next sprint, the penultimate sprint. Still working together up front. Ball leading Sator.
Sator makes his way through, Ball hasn't done so yet. 3 away from the next sprint.
So Sator has now pulled away on his own and has opened up a gap. Looks like Ball has been swallowed up. Sator pounding down the track now in the lead. He'll get the bell on their next rotation. And now Sator going for 5. He has a look behind him to see where the pack is. He knows he's got 5 points here. And now Conor Davidson steps up into 2nd place. Can he get another 3 points? They'll be crucial here. Sator and Donaldson in a battle. Sator gets the 5. And on the line, it's Riley collects the 3 points. So Sator with 5, Riley with 3, Donaldson with 2. And Sator's gone back into the pack now, but leading the way still Kieran Riley on 16 points, on 10 points Conor Davidson sitting in 2nd. Those were the sprint 5 finishers. But the 1, 2, 3 is Riley from Loughborough University. Strathclyde Davidson sits 2nd, 1 point behind Nottingham Trent Sator, as we come into the final sprints here.
64 just means
Expect to see attacking moves as we get closer and closer to the man who's got here a short way on that. Usually being pursued by Settle Ball. Those three will come together. 6 laps to go.
So the leaders are coming together now. Riley's sitting back, but he's on 17 points, but he needs to be cautious here. When is he going to make his move? He's sitting in the trailing pack in the light blue and white top, chasing this leading three that we're following as they pick up some more back markers. And just 4 to go. The pace has gone right through the roof. Sato leading from Alex Ball. Ball and Sato taking turns up front. Bass, George Gray sitting in 3rd position at the moment. There's a little mini break by the looks of things from Alex Ball. He's not shaken off James Sato. Now they swap places again at the front. Sato leading just for half a lap, handing back over to Alex Ball. And the bell goes. The crucial points up for grabs here. They need to look at the chasing pack as well as the leaders are making a way round the outside. James Sato is piloting his way through. A brilliant sprint finish there. Sato from Alex Ball. Alex Ball collecting 6 points. There'll be 10 for Sato, double in the final sprint.
Davidson. Back time. Well, that's room for James Sato. 10 points add to the 9 he had going into that sprint.
But we're now waiting. There we go. The points are up for the final race. That was after 5 of 6 sprints, so we're still waiting for confirmation. James Sato picking up 10 puts him on 19. We know that Alex Ball of Sterling picked up 6. He puts him on 10 points. And we are still waiting for confirmation of the 6th sprint. We need places 3 and 4 to confirm where things finished up.
Riley did get 4th with 2. He also got 19. He was behind Sato in that final sprint. Everyone Riley actually getting 2 points. We wait with keen interest.
Still waiting for confirmation then of the 3rd and 4th place finishers in that final sprint. 4 and 2 points up for grabs can make the difference.
Riley needs to score in this final sprint. He's realised later Riley can move down the lane and the chase crew behind.
Well, look at the final sprint there from James Sato. Could be the winning move from him. Collecting 10 points at the end. Now George Gray, we've seen, has picked up 4 points. And Connell Davidson picks up 2, which gives us our final standing. So James Sato takes 19 points for the win from Kieran Riley on 17. And Connell Davidson finishing 4th in that final sprint, put him on 14 points to take the bronze medal. What a race that was. We had to wait. Connell Davidson picking up those 2 points. It was absolutely critical for him to finish in the bronze medal position. But James Sato takes gold in the points race from Kieran Riley. Nottingham beating Loughborough in this points race, with Strathclyde's Davidson picking up the bronze. Well, time to take a little breath here as we have had our points race. We'll return our attention very shortly back to the sprints, which are at the semi-final stage.
Back before we bring our sprinters back onto track for the first heat in the open sprint semi-finals.
Well, the points race concluded electric finish from James Sator to take the gold in that one. We now turn our attention back to the open sprint and its semi-final time. Number 1 from Bath University, Edward Baker takes on Hartbury's Alex Abdul Wahab in the light blue top. So 3 laps of the track
How did I know you were getting jealous earlier?
to complete, and the tactical positioning that we've become accustomed to begins. So far, Ed Baker not really challenged, but Alex Abdul Wahab has demonstrated that he can play the tactical game here. He's going to need to against Bath's Baker.
So Baker tries to limit the angles of attack for Alex Abdul-Wahab. Has dropped down into the well of the track as they come around to complete the opening lap. Positions unchanged.
So Baker just following Abdul Wahab, and that may seem a curious thing because Baker's leading, but what he's trying to do is cut the angles. Now Abdul Wahab has picked a moment to come up the inside, but trying not to push too hard, trying to keep his opponent on the outside, and now it's down to power. And round the outside, Ed Baker pumping down. He's got the legs, he's switched over to the front, and in the end, it's an easy win for Ed Baker, who progresses through to the gold medal race-off. Alex Abdul Wahab knew that his time was done and allowed himself to just go up the bankings, conserve a little bit of energy, because he will be back for the bronze medal match-off.
Alex Abdul-Wahab employed all the sprint tactics he had to play there to try and limit Edward Baker, but Baker's great at pace and also he can't have those sprinters right. So we've got to see who will feature Michael Silver's left back against
Well, the legs there from Baker proving too strong, and he looks like the man to beat. It's into the gold medal final, and now it's time to find out who he will face.
South Africa is carried elimination. And Taylor Dart of Loughborough in the grey and black.
2 Loughborough students going up against each other. Michael Jervis in the green jersey will take on Taylor Dart wearing the grey. Now, of course, Taylor Dart in his quarterfinal, had a no contest. The other Loughborough athlete in the field electing to pull out, Joe Truman, that is. So perhaps slightly fresher legs for Taylor Dart. But Michael Jervis will have designs on winning this one to contest the gold medal. Going through his pre-race ritual, the South African wearing national colours, green and gold.
Inside position. On the outside.
So Jervis setting up on the outside, this for a place in the gold medal race.
Decisive turn of pace in the previous round.
Off we go then. The winner goes through to the gold medal race to face Ed Baker from Bath University. The loser will go into the bronze medal best of 3 race against Alex Abdul Wahab from Hartbury. And these two Loughborough students in the early phases going through the cat and mouse game. You've got to keep moving. Can have a standoff on the track, but it's a lot of work to stay balanced at almost no speed at all on the bank track. You look at the physique of the two athletes. There's a lot more power in the green jersey, Michael Jervis. But with that muscle comes mass, and then you've got to get that up to speed. If you can get it up to speed, you've got a good chance, but you've got to target the time to go early. Now, Taylor Dart deciding he's just going to put a little fakie in to see what happens as they come around the or along the back straight. He's starting to pick up. Now, is that Dart going? Is that Dart on the release? He's gone off early here, and he's got a big lead. Now Jervis putting down the levers, but I think he may have left this too late. Oh, it's going to be close around the final bend. He's trying his hardest. Dart, though, has broken at the right time. It's going to be on the line. Oh, my goodness me. What a final 50 from Michael Jervis, the South African, just taking that one on the line, and he will face Ed Baker of Bath in what promises to be a fascinating gold medal contest. Taylor Dart nearly did it, perhaps went a tiny fraction early, only by a few meters we're talking about, but he will go into the bronze medal playoff against Alex Abdul Wahab. Brilliant race there, Jervis taking it. So we have had the first 4 events of this final session. Next event is the women's elimination race, 7.5 kilometers, 30 laps of the track. The first lap free, and then one athlete drops out after every lap. But we have a look at the final lap of Dart versus Jervis in the men's sprint semi-final, both from Loughborough. Dart went for it early, and he looked like he had it almost all the way round, but then the power from Jervis around turn 4 right there was just enough to take the win and put Jervis into the gold medal race. And look just how close it was, half a bike's length in the end, but that's nothing given the fact that they've been sprinting for 320 meters at that point.
For Nottingham, Trent, Samantha Holden. For Sheffield, Lee Elliott. And for Stirling.
So now it's time to move on to the women's elimination race.
Well, had a conversation with Samantha Holden's parents while I was enjoying dinner. A well-known local hostelry last night. She was very complimentary about the whole event.
15 riders taking part in the elimination.
We're heading back to Surrey today, so they may
Tegan
not
Tedder,
see you. We're hoping to perhaps see
number 13, unlucky for some, representing Cambridge University, who have Coventry, Exeter, Glasgow, Leeds and Liverpool, as well as Nottingham, Sheffield and Stirling, all with one competitor. Loughborough with 3, along with Nottingham. Now, this is an interesting one. We wait for the starter to blow the whistle to get the race underway. Now, this only becomes a race in the final couple of laps, because what we're looking for really now is the back of the pack.
2 riders on the track. So the last ride eliminated with the bronze medal winner, and the remaining 2 will split out for gold and silver. So away we go.
So every other lap we're now looking for who's at the back, and they will be eliminated.
For Nottingham Trent. Well, I fear that she is going to be first to go.
Samantha Holden coming across the line,
So 96,
and
Samantha Holden,
she
Nottingham Trent.
leaves the event,
Eliminated.
trailing from quite some way. And now we go into the second eliminator.
We are focusing our attention firmly on the rear of the race. Daylight to the back rider there. Can she find a way up into the heart of that bunch before they get to the line?
So this is going to be close on the line for who comes over last. But in the end, it was a pretty easy call. Maisie Vasic going out, the Coventry University student, the second to fall.
Next time round. We're moving towards the front. Mary Porter as well.
So we now have the next eliminator coming.
Yourself from the rear of the field as the elimination approaches.
Pack tightly bunched up.
Next elimination will line this time.
I'm trying to find a way through around the top, and it looks like Neve Elliott of Sheffield University has gone. And these eliminators come thick and fast.
Elimination next time round, as Hendricks Glasgow moves herself nearest the front of the race.
So it's an interesting race at the front as it progresses. We are still looking at the back of the pack at the moment. And it looks like it was Catherine Hinton who loses her way. The Exeter student going out 4th. But as the race progresses here, we need to start looking at the front to see who is going to contest the final sprint at the end.
Still Loughborough on the front, and currently passing at the back.
Elizabeth Watson at the moment trying to get herself in position at the back of the pack. She's climbing high to try and find her way around, and it looks like she's been successful in doing that.
3 riders in there.
But having to go the long way round here, and Millie Thompson of Stirling University is the one who drops out on the 5th eliminator.
On the inside there, no way out. Next elimination, next one across the line. 10 riders remain, still 8 to be eliminated.
It's going to be another tight one here, but it looks like the Cambridge University student, Tegan Tedder, has dropped out.
Tegan Tedder of Cambridge, number 13, Tegan Tedder, Cambridge. Staying as close to the front as they can. Lindsay Floyd out of Leeds as well.
Sarah Seal here in danger at the back. Rides high to try and find her way around, but looks like she's been blocked out, so cuts back inside, and that looks like it's a good move. And in the end, it's Elizabeth Watson who has gone out on the eliminator, and we've also had a big crash as well.
Race will continue, providing the right crash. Watching is back on her feet.
Didn't catch quite who took the tumble, but looks like the track's okay.
54.
And Lindsay Toy is the one that loses out on this eliminator, the lead student dropping out. And we're gonna just have a quick look back on the tumble. And there, big slip on the inside. No other rider really involved in that.
6 riders remain.
Manages to keep elbows and knees away from any damage. Riding on her back as we have another eliminator here. And it looks like Sarah Seal has gone. We've lost 2 of the Nottingham 3. And now we can start to look at how this shapes up at the front, even though we've still got a couple more eliminators to go.
Campbell Williams, Borton and Ellis, the riders who remain on track. One more to go this time.
Leave Campbell Williams in danger.
'73, Eve Campbell-Williams on Loughborough. '73, Eve Campbell-Williams.
So it was Campbell Williams of Loughborough's dropped out, so just 2 of the Loughborough athletes left in now. And now the pack is tight, and this is where it really starts to hot up. They need to keep neat and tidy round the track. Staying out the front now is the ideal, so you stay out of trouble. And we've had one rider unable to keep up with the pace, and that's Eva Callanan from Loughborough goes.
Riders to go before the final 2 sprints out. Lucy Nelson, very important. Isabel Ellis, the 3 riders who remain on track.
Beatrix Kilman was the rider who fell, and so we are left with Nelson, Porton and Ellis. Liverpool, Loughborough and Nottingham universities represented.
Nelson in the danger zone here.
Nelson in blue at the back is the one that's struggling. She's having to go the long way round here. Has she got the power to get over the line? She has. Brilliant performance there as Isabel Ellis drops out, and we are left with 2. And now it's a pure sprint. Nelson in blue representing Liverpool University. Mary Porton in the multicoloured top at the top of the track. These 2 in for the final sprint, this for the gold medal in the eliminator. Nelson going out hard, Porton trying to reel her in. We'll have to go the long way round the outside of turns 3 and 4. But Nelson's got enough in the bag. Has she got enough in the bag? Yes, she! Oh, that was so close. Oh, we cannot call that. That needs to come down to a photo finish. We thought Nelson had enough. She put in a final kick, but then Porton came right back at her.
from Mary Porter. Did she get over the top of Lucy Nelson on the finish?
Well, we have to wait and see as the stadium announcer asks the question on all of our lips. Did Porton do enough to cross the line first? Thrilling finish to the elimination race.
Lucy Nelson, I think, might be suggesting she was the less.
So we're going to have a look back at our replay. Oh. Okay, well, you tell me who crossed the line first there. That is so close. Round of applause all around the arena here. Lucy Nelson just warming down around the outside of the track, waiting for final confirmation. And they really are having a close look at the photo finish. And this is where we lost the third rider who will collect the bronze medal. Nelson having to pump hard as she dispels Isabel Ellis, and then the two remaining, Nelson and Porton, chase it out. Nelson putting down the hammer early, and as we look at this replay, fantastic way to announce that on the line in blue, Lucy Nelson takes it by a whisker. Gold then for Liverpool University, bronze for, silver for Loughborough, and Isabel Ellis from Nottingham picking up the bronze medal. What a way to finish. Well, the elimination race done and dusted. We will now move on to the team sprint qualifying, and that's coming up in 5 minutes.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good.
rising, outsider with a rebel yell. Push through the wind and the lightning, find the strength inside myself. Fulfill my destiny, leave it on the battlefield with the rest of me. I was born for this. It's how I was made, running through my veins. I'm here to stay, never gonna quit. I was born for this. I was born for this. Taking off the gloves, I've had enough. It's in my blood. For this, I was born for this. 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 It's how I was made, running through my veins. I'm here to stay, never gonna quit. I was born for this. 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 I was born. I was in the darkness, heartless, left for dead, long forgotten. Something was pushing me, pulling me straight down to the bottom. Then I came alive, I walked through the fire. My mind turned the embers to red. Got caught in the deep, but I calmed the seas, and I'll never be the same. Only thing that I can say is second guess it, fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. I was born to be a legend. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. When you've been to hell and back, you're swearing that you'll never take what you got for granted. Rising from the rubble, struggle, I'm gonna be the last one standing. It runs through my blood, I've just begun to see I'm the one, I'm the chosen. The power inside is starting to rise. I know I was made for this moment. Only thing that I can say is I was meant for this, and I'm never second guessing. Fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. I was born to be a legend. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. Legends are born when the battle is raging. The blood in the fight, sacrifice that is made, and the reason we never stop till we make history. Oh, oh, oh. I put it all on the line and I made it. Reminded of why when I look in your eyes. I wish I could stay, but I'm destined for so much more. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. Oh, born to be a legend.
It's time to return to the Derby Arena Velodrome for more action on this 250-metre track. Time now for the female team sprint qualifying round. 6 teams to take to the track, starting with the home team, Derby University.
Oh no, we're streaming. We're streaming. We're broadcasting. Yeah.
3 in the team. Jodie Taylor, Rhiannon Briffa, And Rihanna Paris-Smith, who we saw dominating the women's sprint in yesterday's coverage.
The British Championships, last weekend at the National Cycling Centre in Manchester.
So coming out onto the track first, Rhiannon Briffa setting up on the inside. Now we have Jodie Taylor in the middle and Rihanna Paris-Smith on the outside. So we'll have 3 laps of the track. Each rider has to lead at least one of the laps and then can peel away to leave her teammates to finish off the job. Do they go with the sprint specialist, Rihanna Paris-Smith, to lead this one out, get the power up and then try and maintain the speed? Or do they use her last to put in an amazing final lap?
See if you can time it with the buzzers now.
Women's team sprint qualifying getting underway then. And setting up for the first lap sprint is Rhiannon Briffa on the front of the train, breaking through the air and bringing them over the line, just rising up the track to get out of the way to leave her teammates to take things on. Now Jodie Taylor at the front for Derby, looking to set a time for the others not to be able to match. And now Taylor gets out of the way, Paris-Smith to anchor Derby through the final 250 metres. And now coming into the final 2 turns, 3 and 4, out into the home straight and over the line for a 53.220. So that's the time to beat. 2 teams from Loughborough, 3 teams from Nottingham coming out to play. First we'll have a Loughborough one.
Moments after completing the elimination race, she won a silver medal. Looks like she's going to be your to win the opening lap for number 1.
So settling in for Loughborough 1, Ari Porton. And she will be joined by Georgia Lancaster with the white hat in place, and already on the sidelines is Amy Dixon.
Mary Porton, line 2 is Amy Dixon, line 3 is Georgia Lancaster. Team of Loughborough 1, time to be 53.220.
So Loughborough 1 ready and waiting. And out they go Marie Porton taking the first lap. Amy Dixon sitting up in second place, and Georgia Lancaster bringing up the rear. Now, Porton breaking out very fast, very early, and how much did Dixon gain from the slipstream? There's a big gap between second and third, but that's now closing up. And so clearly Loughborough 1 have got slightly different tactics on how they're going to run the race. As Dixon gives way for Lancaster, and Lancaster to finish the final lap, 53.220 to beat. And they are on the final bend now, and a 54.275. Time set. So 54.275 for the first trio from Loughborough. Loughborough 2 ready to set up on track now.
So in cover is the line that will start on lap 1. Lap 2 and lap 3 will be completed by Roshi and Loughborough 2, ready to go.
So here we go for Loughborough 2, leading out Eva Callanan. She's joined by Neve Campbell-Williams and Roisin Lally for the second Loughborough team. So breaking away from the front, Eva Callanan leaves the lead to Neve Campbell-Williams. And now for the bell, the final lap being handed over to Roisin Lally. So 53.220, the time to beat. They are outside that, and a 57.463, the finishing time. Only 4 through to the final out of the 6 teams competing. As we now turn our attention to the 3 teams from Nottingham. 57.463 for Loughborough 2.
All 3 teams are from Nottingham University.
So lining up for Nottingham 1, Isabel Ellis, Elizabeth Broughton and Matilda Gurney.
So Nottingham 1 is Isabel Ellis, Elizabeth Broughton and Matilda Gurney.
Nottingham 1 begin their sprint qualifying team, and a big gap already to the front. Just breaking through the air as the second and third riders make their way through. Isabel Ellis finishing that first lap, and now 2 remain, but they're bunched up nicely, benefiting from each other as Elizabeth Broughton comes across the line. And she'll hand over to Matilda Gurney. Matilda Gurney in the home straight, crossing the line 55.254. Third fastest time so far.
Third in the standings. There's 2 more heats to go. So Derby last year's bronze medalist at the moment, undefeated in this battle for a place in the medal finals.
So that's one of the 3 Nottingham teams. Now we wait for Nottingham 2, 55.254 set by the first team.
The second of the 3 Nottingham teams on approach to the start line now. Sliding progressively.
So Sinead Turner-Frick, Elizabeth Watson and Lottie Dawson lining up for Nottingham 2.
So Sinead Turner-Frick will lead this team away from the line, which is Watson on line 2. And this is completed in time recorded by Lottie Dawson. Team of Nottingham 2 and the penultimate heat of this women's team sprint qualifier.
So starting out first, Sinead Turner-Frick. So Turner-Frick pulls away and Emma Watson takes the front of the 2 rider train. And as Watson peels away, so he leaves space for Lottie Dawson to complete the final 250 metres. Powering around, coming over the line, 57.639. So the 53.220 set by Derby, still the time to beat. In second place, Loughborough 1 with 54.275. Sitting in third, Nottingham 1 with 55.254. And Loughborough 2 currently sitting in fourth with a 57.463. That is the time to beat for Nottingham 3, who are up next. So Charlotte Porter-Sparks, Hannah Clough and Sarah Seal lining up for Nottingham 3. So Nottingham 3 underway for their 750-metre team qualifying sprint, and taking to the front, Sarah Seal leads the way for the team. Keeping a little bit more of a tighter train, Nottingham 3. As Seal comes around the bottom bend into the home straight, she'll start to peel away as Charlotte Porter-Sparks takes to the front. So peeling away now, Porter-Sparks hands over to Hannah Clough to complete the 750. So 59.625 for Nottingham 3. So our top four, well, the first four runners, Derby sitting in top place with a 53.220 from Nottingham 1's 55.254. Sorry, I should say from Loughborough 1's 54.275. Nottingham 1 in third with 55.254. And Loughborough 2 with a 57.463. 59.625. Not enough for Nottingham 3. They finish in sixth place. Only the top four going through to contest the medals.
Moving to our next final now. Two finals, in fact, for the individual season. First with the bronze at level, followed by the gold final.
So coming up next on track will be the Open Individual Pursuit Finals. First, the bronze medal race between Cole Davidson of Strathclyde and Gabrielle Taylor of Nottingham. And then the gold-silver race between Joshua Knowles of Loughborough and George Cottrell of Nottingham.
Take these beautiful things that I've got. Think that I've got. These beautiful things that I've got. Think that I've got. These beautiful things that I've got. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good. And I'm feeling
Time for some medals here at the BUCS Track Cycling Championships of 2025. It's the individual pursuit bronze medal final, 4 kilometers. This is contested over that 16 laps of this beautiful velodrome. Gabrielle Taylor of Nottingham appears to be just getting himself lined up on the back straight. The two riders set up on opposite sides of the track. So this is a case of if you catch your opponent, you'll get the bronze medal. And if you don't catch your opponent, whoever crosses the corresponding line for the 16th time first. Connell Davidson on the home straight. And we're underway for the bronze medal here in the open individual pursuit. That is Gabriel Taylor from Nottingham University, and he is going up against orange helmet of Connell Davidson representing Strathclyde University. And just in the lead is the student of the Scottish University, but only by a fraction. So still just a slender lead for Connell Davidson here.
Yeah, not in Strathclyde.
Exceptionally close, this one. Connell Davidson doing his qualifying in 4:38.285. That was a 4:38.643 for Gabe Taylor. So exceptionally close between the two riders through qualification, as it is here, less than 0.2 of a second between them at the moment. So now not even 1/10 of a second in it. Gabriel Taylor has just broken into the lead, opening up nearly a second, 0.8 of a second ahead now. The Nottingham student has put the power down, opened that up to just over a second now. And the gap getting bigger now, 1.25 seconds for Gabriel Taylor. They reached the halfway point, and there's now 1.2 seconds on the nose between the two of them. And that gap closing back up again as Connell Davidson puts on the afterburners. Gabriel Taylor still leading though, coming around turn 2 and into the back straight. So the gap down to under a second now. Fluctuating around 0.8, 0.9 seconds difference between the two. Gabriel Taylor leading. He's just opened that up to just over a second now as the two respond to each other's pace despite being on opposite sides of the track. Just over a second still the lead for Gabriel Taylor. 3 to go once the line is crossed, and now the gap opens up to 1.25 seconds again in favour of this man here, Nottingham's very own Gabriel Taylor, leading the line for the bronze medal here at the BUCS Cycling Championships of 2025, and the lead opening even further now. 1.5 seconds behind is the Scottish student from Strathclyde University, as Gabriel Taylor will get the bell and has opened up his lead to over 2 seconds. And Gabriel Taylor has put down a marker here in the bronze medal match. He was able to contain his speed and he's going to cross the line with some comfort. There it is, the bronze medal going to Gabriel Taylor, Connor Davidson, 2.7 seconds behind in the end. But the bronze goes to the man from Nottingham University, Gabriel Taylor. So bronze for Gabriel Taylor of Nottingham University. Conor Davidson from Strathclyde just missing out on the podium in 4th place. Gold medal race to come, but I can tell you that in the break there was a reverse of the decision in the female elimination race. It was decided that Lucy Nelson did cross the line first in the final sprint, but was not on the track. It was in fact in that blue ribbon around the bottom of the track. So the gold medal in the female elimination race went to Mary Porton of Loughborough University. Nelson collecting the silver for Liverpool University. Isabel Ellis was in the bronze medal position for Nottingham University. So just an update there that Porton has taken gold in the elimination race after a review. And you can see just how close this one was. And you can see, though, that clearly Nelson is in the blue ribbon around the base of the track. As she crosses the final line, you have to be on the wooden element. And I mean, we're talking a couple of centimetres here outside, but the rules is the rules. And Mary Porton collects the gold. We return to the live action here, and it's gold medal time as Loughborough's Joshua Knowles takes on Nottingham's George Cottrell. Cottrell in the green and the yellow trim on the back straight. Knowles on the home straight in blue and red. Josh Knowles gets underway in the open individual pursuit gold medal race. They just have time, as we've got 16 laps of the track to complete before we decide who is on the top step of the podium. I can tell you that in the individual pursuit qualifying round, where they go off on their own through their 16 laps, Joshua Knowles completed the 4 kilometres in 4 minutes 25 seconds 9:21. And that was some way faster than Cottrell's 4:38, 1:49, a clear, well, to say 17 seconds, nearly 18 seconds faster in qualifying. Well, Cottrell has decided to go for the pursuit here. He doesn't think he can beat him on time, so he's going for power early doors, and he's going to try and chase him down. Cottrell chasing after Knowles, so Knowles has just put the afterburners down a little bit. Cottrell can't quite see him as he comes into the home straight. And if anything, Knowles perhaps is starting to pull away here. I thought he might try the sprint catch, but now they're back on level terms. So Cottrell has bailed on his initial efforts of trying to hunt down Knowles, and I think he has put himself in jeopardy here. He's burnt out those legs, and now Knowles is a significant leap ahead now, nearly 3 seconds in the lead, and it is Knowles, the one that is on the hunt now. And so Knowles can now see Cottrell. Cottrell has made a tactical error here, but perhaps he thought that was the only way that he was going to win the gold medal. And he's being urged on here, Josh Knowles. Josh Knowles is going to catch George Cottrell. And look at that, what a way to take the gold medal here. Absolutely thrilling finish in the end. Now, he has been caught here, the whistle has been blown, but they are still going, as Knowles must feel that there's a chance for a record here. Still pounding away around the track. George Cottrell has given up the ghost. So these are victory laps here, 4 more remaining for Josh Knowles. And the only reason that he would be going for this now is for a record. Well, 4:02, 3:03 is the national record, domestic record for the 4K. That is just skipping past us now with 1 lap remaining, so the national record's gone. So still going for this BUCS record. Powering down. Josh Knowles, gold medalist. At 4:25.826 was the time set in the final, and that is just a fraction faster than he put down in the qualification. But gold medal for Joshua Knowles of Loughborough University, beating George Cottrell by overtaking him in the pursuit. Nottingham, of course, collecting the silver medal through Cottrell, and Gabriel Taylor taking bronze for Nottingham as well.
His opponent, George Cottrell.
Well, Cottrell went for an early pounce to try and catch Knowles, but he blew his legs in the process, and in the end it was Knowles who overtook him and then went on to try for the BUCS record. We're just waiting for confirmation of whether he achieved that, but we know for certain he is the gold medalist in the open individual pursuit. Well, as we see the athletes going through the final preparations, all warming down, absolutely critical. We'll move from the individual pursuit back to the sprint competition. And coming up next, we'll have the race for the minor places, followed by the bronze and gold medal race. That coming very soon.
That was event 13, hour 40.
Well, time for the minor places to be contested in the open sprint finals. There's places 5 to 7 being contested. Tim Eriksson, Southampton, Struan Ferns from Strathclyde, and Sheila Munyai from Derby. Munyai taking to the front. Ferns sitting pretty in the middle, and Tim Eriksson just happy to coast around the back straight, observing what's in front of him. Now, Munyai just riding a little higher so that he can keep an eye on both the riders behind him. Wants to make sure that he doesn't leave the door open for either of these two to dive down on the inside of the bend. He's gone very high here. We're going to get the bell as we come round, and using the height of the track to build his speed. He'll now drop in to the sprint lane, and Munyai is on a flyer here for 5th place, and he's followed closely by Struan Ferns, but Ferns could get taken on the final bend. Munyai takes 5th, Ferns takes 6th, and 7th goes to Tim Eriksson from Southampton. So Munyai from Derby collecting 5th, Strathclyde's Ferns 6th, and Eriksson 7th. Well played there by Sheila Munyai. Stayed in control at the front of the train, and picks up 5th place as a result.
Meanwhile, we will move on to the first of our medal finals in the sprint. Which is a battle for the bronze medal. So the contestants between Alex Abdul-Wahab of Hartbury and Taylor Duffett of Loughborough.
So up next, the medals, the first medal to be contested in the open sprint. These are semi-finalists on the starting line.
Best of 3. So if you win the first match, your opponent has to win the second to force the decider. 2 wins gives you the prize.
So we'll see Alex Abdul-Wahab from Hartbury. And he'll go up against Taylor Dart from Loughborough.
It's very quiet distance.
Taylor Dart, that's silver medal from the team sprint yesterday.
So they're both wearing fairly similar livery, but we can distinguish them by the colours of their safety helmets, the aerodynamic helmets, I have to say. Alex Abdul-Wahab right here with the silver helmet. Taylor Dart with the black helmet coming up on the outside very shortly. Hartbury University being represented by Alex Abdul-Wahab. Loughborough with Taylor Dart as they contest the first of potentially 3 races. It's a best of 3 contest when it comes down to the medals in the sprint. Winning the first one is an advantage, seen by most as an advantage, but the loser of the first race can come back if they win the second and then force a decider. They can take the contest. And the track stand here, they need to be very careful they don't burn their legs up here. That's hard work. And dropping down, Taylor Dart decides enough's enough and happy to lead things out. 3 laps, 2 of which, or 1.5, 1 3/4 of which are a little bit of a tussle for position.
And the one up is the higher position on the track, looking down at his defenders.
So slightly more positive position for Abdul Wahab, top of the track, but he drops down into the trailing position here. And when they come around, not this bend, but the next one, that one up at the top there, that's when we're going to get ready for the bell. And leading the way out from the front, Taylor Dart from Loughborough University, relying on his ability to sprint for a lap and a quarter. But this is going to be close here. This is going to be very close as Abdul Wahab comes around the outside. It's a race for the line. Oh, another really tight finish. And did Abdul Wahab come around the outside? We're going to need to wait to see. I don't know, the times are going to tell us. We'll need a photo for that. Brilliant race in the end. A couple of track stands in the opening laps. And then that thrilling sprint finish.
Halfway round the banking again, the track, I think Alex Abdul Wahab would definitely have got that one here. The faster closing run to the line, but Don, I think, may just have had his wheel ahead on the line. Well, no, we're just behind the finish line here, so it's hard to tell, but it's so close.
Well, we get a look back over this one. The sprint starting well clear of the final 250 metres. Dart at the front at the moment, but watch Abdul Wahab come around the outside. Going the long way round, more work. And on the line, oh! Well, it's really difficult to see that in the slow motion, but we have had confirmation that Alex Abdul Wahab did take the win on the line. Must have been by millimetres, that one. But first win for Alex Abdul Wahab from Hartpury in this race-off for the bronze medal. They'll now go away and have a little bit of a break and rest their legs. And they'll be back out for the second of those contests for the bronze. Clearly, if Abdul Wahab wins that one, then he will take the bronze medal. But a chance for Taylor Dart to come back. Now we have our first of potentially 3 contests for the gold medal. Now this should be a corker.
Fourth in the sprint last year, so we will do better this year regardless of the outcome of this gold medal final.
Gold medal contested between Bath's Edward Baker, who set the fastest time in the qualifying round, and he's going up against Loughborough's Michael Jervis, the South African studying at the famed sports university, Loughborough. He has been electric through these eliminators, these knockouts of the sprints. It's not just about raw power now. If it was, then you'd perhaps fancy Baker. This is about picking the right moment. Best of 3 3-lap races. And the riders are ready, the starter is ready. And off we go. Ed Baker in blue taking on Michael Jervis in the green livery. Baker from Bath, Jervis from Loughborough, contesting the sprint gold medal here at the BUCS Track Cycling Championships 2025. 3 laps of this 250-metre velodrome. The first 2 are all about jockeying for position, trying to outfox your opponent for a final 250 sprint. And the 2 of them toying with each other, using speed as a bit of a tactic. Jervis coming around the outside now. Has he taken a break really early here? Does he fancy his chances of completing a 1 3/4 lap sprint to beat Baker? and gets the bell. 2:50 to go as they absolutely hammer it around the track. Has Baker got the legs to get around Jarvis? Has Jarvis got the stamina to maintain the speed? Just goes a little wide, but he looks like he may well hold on for this. It's on the line again, but Jarvis looks like he's taken it, and he took a big gamble to start the sprint with 1 3/4 laps to go, but it's paid off for Michael Jarvis of Loughborough University. He's taken the first of potentially 3 gold medal playoffs. Michael Jarvis leading Ed Baker. I wonder how Baker's going to handle this in the second. A fabulous contest for both the bronze and the gold and silver medals here in the open sprints. So there's the start of the break. I mean, it was nearly 2 laps to go that Jarvis decided he'd go for it. Coming around the outside, and still with a lap to go, having to pedal hard. Jarvis sticking it out the front. Edward Baker perhaps thought he was going to burn out, but he didn't. And in the end, it came down to this, just over the line by the width of a wheel. Well, brilliant stuff here as we now turn our attention back to the team pursuit. The bronze and gold medal finals are coming up very shortly. Don't go far. We're back in about 3 minutes' time.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day. It's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. And I'm feeling
I am the dark horse rising, outsider with a rebel yell. Push through the wind and the lightning, find the strength inside myself. Fulfill my destiny, leave it on the battlefield with the rest of me. I was born for this. I was born for this. It's how I was made, running through my veins. I'm here to stay, never gonna quit. I was born for this. I was born for this. Taking off the gloves, I've had enough, it's in my blood. I was born for this. 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 It's how I was made, running through my veins. I'm here to stay, never gonna quit. I was born for this. 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 I was in the darkness, heartless, left for dead, long forgotten. Something was pushing me, pulling me straight down to the bottom. Then I came alive, I walked through the fire. My mind turned the embers to red. Got caught in the deep, but I calmed the seas, and I'll never be the same. Only thing that I can say is I was meant for this, and I'll never second guess it. Fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. I was born to be a legend. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. When you've been to hell and back, you're swearing that you'll never take what you got for granted. Rising from the rubble, struggle, I'm gonna be the last one standing. It runs through my blood, I've just begun to see I'm the one, I'm the chosen. The power inside is starting to rise. I know I was made for this moment. Only thing that I can say is I was meant for this, and I'll never second guess it. Fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. I was born to be a legend. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. Legends are born when the battle is raging. The blood in the fight, sacrifice that is made, and the reason we never stop till we make history. Oh, oh, oh. I put it all on the line and I made it. Reminded of why when I look in your eyes. I wish I could stay, but I'm destined for so much more. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. Oh, born to be a legend.
We're here at the Derby Arena Velodrome for the closing action on A brilliant weekend of BUCS Track Cycling Championships 2025. Coming down to the final medals to be contested. And next on track, we'll have the bronze final, followed by the gold final in the women's team pursuit. We then have the intriguing battle for the individual sprint medals. The second of potentially 3 races to decide those 2 medals. We'll then have the team sprints before we, if needed, go back to the individual sprints. So we are waiting for the riders to be ready. We can see that the bikes have been brought out on track for one of the teams. It looks like it's Loughborough that are already out and ready. At least the bike's ready on track. As Loughborough 2 take on Nottingham 2 for the bronze medal.
So at least 6. There's at least 6 races in there.
So Loughborough 2 versus Nottingham 2 here in this women's team pursuit sprint. Or pursuit final, bronze medal playoff. Athletes ready, Nottingham in green and yellow. They're on the back straight. Predominantly purple and pinks in the Loughborough side. Here they are. So set up on either side of the track, we get underway for the bronze medal. Nottingham in the green and yellow livery, starting on the back straight, and leading them out to start with is number 91, and that's Sinead Turner-Frick. The 2 teams will cross over the line. Turner-Frick going miles ahead for Nottingham, trying to drag them out for a quick start, but has caught her teammates unawares, and now things have levelled up. Loughborough's Neve Campbell-Williams leading things out but she's now broken away for Amy Dixon to take the lead. Amy Dixon for Loughborough 2 at the front. And now Loughborough 2 are leading this one. So out the front for Nottingham 2, Hannah Clough. And Loughborough are hunting down Nottingham here in this bronze medal match, or bronze medal race. Not quite seeing them as they come into the straight, but they're not far off it at the moment. And Amy Dixon pulls away for Loughborough. And there is a problem at the front here for the team from Nottingham as they're being hunted down. Sinead Turner-Frick has dropped out already for the team from Nottingham, but they are split at the moment. The rider at the front is all on her own at the moment. Nottingham look like they've got this one in their hands here. They're switching over. They're still sticking with their routine as leading at the front. Nottingham look like they're in big trouble here. Loughborough on the hunt here with Roisin Lally, and they're going to catch the back of the train, and there it is. Loughborough have done it with 7 laps remaining, only needing just over half of the regulation distance of 4 kilometres. The Nottingham team got themselves in trouble, and Loughborough 2 capitalised to take the bronze medal in 8.5 laps. A brilliant race there from Niamh Campbell-Williams, Roisin Lally, Peggy Simpkins and Amy Dixon, the bronze medalists here in the Derby Arena Velodrome.
It's a rematch.
So, part of a two-part story. These medal matches in the female pursuit, team pursuits. Loughborough 2 taking on Nottingham 2, or Loughborough 2 beating Nottingham 2 in the bronze medal race. And the gold medal race is between Nottingham 1 and Loughborough 1. Nottingham 1 coming through their qualifying 16 laps in a 4:48.093. Loughborough 1 with a 4:53.530. Doesn't really mean too much right now because this is a proper pursuit. So this time Nottingham setting up on the home straight. I'll line up with Matilda Gurney, Isabel Ellis, Lottie Dawson and Elizabeth Broughton. Over the other side of the track on the back straight, Eva Callanan, Georgia Lancaster, Rhian Edmonds and Murray Porton for Loughborough. Gold medal at stake. Loughborough have taken the bronze already.
So almost racing here with the gold medal final.
So Elizabeth Broughton taking to the front for the Nottingham team. Here are Loughborough coming around bend 4. And up front for them, Eva Callanan. Broughton still going hell for leather. Out the front. So Rhian Edmonds drops off the back for Loughborough. They're down to a train of 3, but that's okay. 3 can finish the race as they make another transition and leading the line for Loughborough, Georgia Lancaster. And now leading for Nottingham, Matilda Gurney. Gurney up front for Nottingham. Nottingham leading now by 1.2 seconds as another transition occurs for the Loughborough team here. Nottingham now down to 3 riders as well. Out the front, Mary Porton for Loughborough. Riding a high line in the sprint lane, but keeping a nice, neat train. Starting to tighten up now as Mary Porton finishes her stint on the front and hands back over to Eva Callahan. Callahan trying to carry on where Porton left off. Nottingham now building their advantage here. They're nearly 3 seconds up and in striking range. Isabel Ellis on the front for Nottingham, who can now see Loughborough on the straights. Georgia Lancaster up front for Loughborough, but it's this train of 3 that are hunting them down, getting ever closer. Nottingham coming out of the back bend, and they are getting closer and closer now to Loughborough. Loughborough up front with Mary Porton here, and you'll see Nottingham in the background. They are leading this race by, well, nearly a full lap. They haven't quite lapped yet with 5 to go. And somehow Mary Porton has kept Loughborough in this one, but the transition is an opportunity now for Nottingham to close up. They're getting ever closer, leading the line. Matilda Gurney peels away, and now Lottie Dawson can sense an opportunity here. They try another transition, Loughborough, but it's opened the door, and coming over the line, Nottingham take Loughborough around the outside for the gold medal, and they have performed brilliantly. Nottingham's Matilda Gurney, Isabel Ellis, Lottie Dawson and Elizabeth Broughton bringing home gold for Nottingham over Loughborough 1. Loughborough 1 collecting the silver medal with Eva Callanan, Georgia Lancaster, Rhian Edmonds and Marie Porton. Well, Nottingham, once they sensed the opportunity, they put the pedal down. It took them 4 or 5 laps to get on the back, but then a sloppy transition, you have to say, just opened the door. When you're under that kind of pressure, those mistakes can happen. And Nottingham 1 have taken gold in the female team pursuit here at the BUCS Track Cycling Championships of 2025. Well, team pursuits done and dusted, and we will shortly pick up the second medal matches in the individual sprints. The bronze medal sprint race between Alex Abdul-Wahab and Taylor Dart. Well, it's Alex Abdul-Wahab of Hartbury who has won the first race. And it's 1-0 to Michael Jervis of Loughborough over Bath's Edward Baker in the gold medal final. So those 2 races, so the second of the best of 3 races coming up very shortly indeed. And then potentially our last action will be the team sprints, bronze and gold medal finals. But first we need to see if Taylor Dart or Ed Baker can level up in the individual sprints, coming out very soon. Well, just ahead of this sprint bronze final race number 2, I can tell you that there's been another revision to the female elimination race. Lucy Nelson had been relegated to second, has been promoted back to the gold medal position for Loughborough, for Liverpool University. Mary Porton of Loughborough collecting the silver. Now time for the bronze sprint final 2. Alex Abdul-Wahab with the silver hat or helmet in second place, sitting behind Taylor Dart. But Alex Abdul-Wahab won the first race. If he takes this second 750 sprint in inverted commas, he will take the bronze medal. Maybe you're just joining us, if you're wondering, why is this called a sprint? Well, the sprint comes right at the end of this 3-lap race. First up, the riders will jockey for position, and going this slowly does burn the legs, because you're having to use your muscle and your legs on your muscle and your core to hold your balance on a cambered track like this. So they come around to complete the first of 3 laps. Taylor Dart keeping an eye on Abdul-Wahab behind him. Abdul-Wahab in a good position here. So when does Taylor Dart look for the break? And now Abdul Wahab has got him pinned in at the top of the track, and Abdul Wahab going for the sprint with 1 lap to go. The man with the silver helmet, if he stays in the lead across the line, has taken the bronze medal. Hartpury's Alex Abdul Wahab comes around the final bend, and he has taken the bronze with 2 wins from 2 here, and Hartpury will be celebrating as Alex Abdul Wahab collects the bronze medal. 2 wins from 2 against Taylor Dart of Loughborough. Dart missing out on the podium. Brilliant tactical performance from Alex Abdul Wahab. Hartpury University collecting the bronze in the individual sprints.
Great battle between those two, but unfortunately Alex Abdul Wahab proved the undoing of Taylor Dart.
So the gold medal race number 2 is about to get underway as the athletes make their way out. Just to give you another reminder, there was the saga of this female elimination race, which has flip-flopped all the way from when it finished. Now sees the relegated Lucy Nelson of Liverpool University being re-promoted into the gold medal position. Marie Porton of Loughborough, therefore, is the silver medalist in that race, as Nottingham's Isabel Ellis collected the bronze. We think that's the final decision. It's changed twice so far, so we won't dwell on that too much. Let's hope that that is the final call. Now, the open individual sprint final gold medal race number 2. Michael Jarvis in the green livery making his way to the starting line has the lead. He won the first match off, the first race against Edward Baker of Bath. Baker in blue, Jarvis in green. Highly tactical battle the first race. Baker fastest through qualifying, but Jarvis with the tactical nous in the first race. So Baker from Bath in the blue must win this one to keep the contest for the gold medal open and force a decider, which would be our final action on the track here at the Derby Arena. But if the man in green, wearing the South African colours, Michael Jarvis, was to take this race, the gold would be his. So this is going to come down to another sprint again if it carries on like this. And despite Baker having the fastest qualifying time, you have to fancy Jarvis with those big levers if it comes down to a 250, 300 metre sprint. We saw in the first race that he was prepared to go with nearly 2 laps remaining. Has confidence in his ability, but this cat and mouse going very slowly takes its toll on your legs, because you are having to balance, and it also requires huge amounts of core strength as well. They have started to speed up now, so the athletes now just expending a little less energy, and Jarvis trying to pin Baker up at the top of the track and block out any potential for a break. A slightly different race here. Baker drops in and is now going to have to push, but has he left enough? Has he broken early enough to take this one? Jarvis has got a great finish, but Baker leads at the moment. Jarvis looking to come through, pressing really hard around the final straight and into the bend, and Baker does it. He levels up, and it's one apiece between these two. There is absolutely nothing in it. The first tactical contest went to Jervis, the second went to Baker of Bath, and these two will have a third final decider a little bit later on. Brilliant stuff between Baker and Jervis. What a contest between the student from Bath University and the student from Loughborough. We'll be back to see episode 3 of that race shortly. But here was the moment for the break. It was decisive on the start of turn 3. Baker breaking away with 1 1/4 laps to go. And this time it was the man from Bath who relied on his endurance through this final sprint. Able to look over his shoulder a couple of times and eventually cruising over the line for 1-1 in the gold medal race-off. Well, coming up next on the track, we go to more medal matches. The team sprints now, 3 laps of the track, 750 metres to contest the bronze and gold medals. Bronze will be contested between Nottingham 1 and Loughborough 2, and the gold will be between Derby and Loughborough 1. That coming on track very soon in around about 12 minutes time. We'll see you then.
I was in the darkness, heartless, left for dead, long forgotten. Something was pushing me, pulling me straight down to the bottom. Then I came alive, I walked through the fire. My mind turned the embers to red. Got caught in the deep, but I calmed the seas, and I'll never be the same. Only thing that I can say is second guess it, fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. I was born to be a legend. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. When you've been to hell and back, you're swearing that you'll never take what you got for granted. Rising from the rubble, struggle, I'm gonna be the last one standing. It runs through my blood, I've just begun to see I'm the one, I'm the chosen. The power inside is starting to rise. I know I was made for this moment. Only thing that I can say is I was meant for this, and I'll never second guess it. Fight till my last breath, 'cause I was born to be a legend. I was born to be a legend. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. Legends are born when the battle is raging. The blood in the fight, sacrifice that is made, and the reason we never stop till we make history. Oh, oh, oh. I put it all on the line and I made it. Reminded of why when I look in your eyes. I wish I could stay, but I'm destined for so much more. 'Cause I was born to be a legend. Oh, born to be a legend.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah. fish in the sea. You know how I feel. River running free. You know how I feel. Blossom on the tree. You know how I feel. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new
these beautiful things that I've got. Things that I've got. These beautiful things that I've got. Things that I've got. These beautiful things that I've got. Outsider with a rebel yell. Push through the wind and the lightning. Find the strength inside myself. Fulfill my destiny. Leave it on the battlefield with the rest of me. I was born for this. I was born for this. It's how I was made, running through my veins. I'm here to stay, never gonna quit. I was born for this. I was born for this. Taking off the gloves. I've had enough, it's in my blood. For this, I was born for this. 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 It's how I was made, running through my veins. I'm here to stay, never gonna quit. I was born for this. I was born for this. I was born for this.
Well, coming up here in the Derby Arena Velodrome, we have 3 races to go. The team sprint bronze final will precede the gold final in that event, and then the big clash in the individual sprint final. Ed Baker of Bath taking on Michael Jervis of Loughborough. They've taken 1 apiece in the best of 3 sprint race match-off, and they need a decider to decide who is going to be on the top of the podium in the individual open sprint. But up next, the team sprint bronze final between Nottingham 1 and Loughborough 2.
So just about to resume competition. The bronze and gold finals.
Well, we're almost ready to go. Nottingham 1 lining up on the home straight with Isabel Ellis, Elizabeth Broughton, Matilda Gurney. Loughborough 2, Ava Callanan, Neve Campbell-Williams and Roisin Lally. Starting on opposite sides of the track. Just 3 laps with one rider, or each rider having to lead one of the laps.
It's double-sided, Tom.
Nottingham 1 get underway. Isabel Ellis up front to start things off. And there is Loughborough 2 coming around bend number 4, leading the line for them. Here's Ava Callanan. Callanan of the yellow flashes peels away, as does Ellis. And Nottingham are leading this one by quite some way. As now Matilda Gurney takes on Roisin Lally. And the bronze medal is looking good for Nottingham 1. They take it by quite some way. Nottingham 1 taking the bronze medal. That's a clear 4 seconds ahead, or nearly 4 seconds ahead of Loughborough 2. So Nottingham 1's Isabel Ellis, Elizabeth Broughton and Matilda Gurney taking the bronze medal in the final of the bronze final of the female team sprint here at the BUCS Track Cycling Championships.
Teams involved in the gold medal final. Derby in the home straight and Loughborough 1 in the man straight. I tell you that Derby's qualification time of 53.220 was a new BUCS record. So that's qualification earlier today. See if you go faster in this one, you never know. So the line for Derby in the home straight will be Jodie Taylor.
Well, bronze won clearly by Nottingham 1. And we just have to sort out the top of the podium for the female team sprints. And that will be coming up next as Derby, the host team, take on Loughborough 1. Derby's qualifying sprint of 53.220, a new BUCS record. So whatever the outcome of this final, Derby University now hold the women's team sprint, university and colleges sprint record. Derby getting ready there, closest to us, the sprint specialist Rihanna Paris-Smith, who anchored the team through the qualifier. So team up with Rhiannon Briffa wearing 24 and Jodie Taylor 23. And they'll start on the home straight. Loughborough 1 just making their way to the back straight at the moment. Rihanna Briffa setting up at the base of the track for Derby, and then slipping in the middle, Jodie Taylor, and the anchor rider Rihanna Paris-Smith looking for a second gold here after taking the individual sprint yesterday. So over on the other side of the track, Loughborough 1 lining up. Mary Porton will go out first, followed by Amy Dixon, and Georgia Lancaster will bring them home. 3 laps, 750 metres, the gold up for grabs. So off they go. Rihanna Briffa leading things out for Derby. They set a record in the qualification race, and they're going up against the might of Loughborough. Marie Porton up front. She did this in the ranking as well, pulling out fast. Derby staying tucked up close together, but hand over now to number 2. Jodie Taylor gets the bell and hands over to Rihanna Paris-Smith, and it is Derby leading, trying to hunt things down though, with half a lap to go. It's going to be gold for Derby on home soil, silver for Loughborough. What a final lap from Rihanna Paris-Smith. A fabulous win there, 52.197. Absolutely smashing the time they set earlier on, but gold going to Derby's Jodie Taylor, Rhiannon Briffa and Rihanna Paris-Smith. The silver to Loughborough, Marie Porton, Georgia Lancaster and Amy Dixon. But look at that time, 52.197. Spectacular stuff from Derby University for the gold medal. The handover for the final lap to Paris-Smith, and you can see those levers going round and round, the body staying right, coming out of the seat even in the back straight to get even more power down, determined to smash through the 53-second barrier, and that's just what Derby did on their way to the team sprint gold.
Celebrations amongst the female team sprinters down there.
Well, just one race left. These BUCS Track Cycling Championships of 2025, and that is the decider for the Open Individual Sprint Final. Gold and silver being contested by Edward Baker of Bath University and Michael Jervis of Loughborough University. 1-1 through the first 2 races, so the decider to come to close out the action here at the 2025 Championships. So we're back on track here. Get the early evening sun glinting through on the track. Michael Jervis won the first of the best of three races in this sprint finish for the individual gold and silver. Edward Baker taking the second to force this decider. So Ed Baker of Bath University taking on Michael Jervis of Loughborough. Jervis in the green jersey on the inside, Baker in blue on the outside. 750 metres of the track to navigate. Whoever crosses the line first will take the gold medal. A little wobble on the line there for the man in the South African livery. All settled and ready to go. I'll be considering the tactics of the first two races. The first one, a power sprint from Jervis from nearly 2 laps out. Baker cutting in on turn 3 on the penultimate lap of the second race to just edge a little advantage, which he held on to. So expect a similar outcome, a power sprint at the end of a couple of laps of cat and mouse.
Trying all he can to get Baker to come to the front. Ascend the steep heights of the top of the track on the backside.
Wow, look at this. I mean, the amount of patience required. Not just patience, but also the ability to almost stop. It takes an awful lot out of your body. Now Baker just playing up the bank, and Jervis just forcing him in. Pace goes up, Jervis coming around the top, and Jervis just cutting the lines. This is what happened last time, and Baker cut in really steep from behind Jervis. Needs to be careful of that. They're going to get the bell here, both of them powering out, and Baker drops down into the sprint lane. This is what happened last time out, but Jervis is a lot tighter on the wheel. Going around the outside, tries on turns 1 and 2. Now down the back straight, he's got one more bend to try and turn this round, but Baker from Bath University has done it on the line. What a brilliant contest between these two. It's a shame that one of them had to lose out. but Edward Baker from Bath University comes from one behind to take the individual open sprint gold here at the BUCS Track Cycling Championships of 2025. Michael Jervis of Loughborough University collecting the silver, and we've seen Alex Abdul Wahab of Hartbury University taking bronze, but Baker from Bath takes gold in the open sprint final. Well, it was a similar end to the second race. A real tight cut-in from Baker on with a lap and a quarter to go, and that break was enough to do it. And that finishes things off. Edward Baker of Bath taking the final gold medal of the BUCS Track Cycling Championships of 2025 in the open sprint final. Michael Jervis of Loughborough taking silver, as Alex Abdul Wahab of Hartbury University collected the bronze medal. It's been an absolute privilege to be here with you through these 2 days of coverage. But now it's all over, and we'll start packing up our bikes and heading home. Thanks to all of you for joining us. We'll see you next time.